It's week 3 here at the NPL, already underway. Our top 4 teams that we've been following have hit a few bumps in the road, but are still putting in the work they need to make it to the top. Tempo is in second with 115 points. Cloud9 is in 5th with 108. Lazarus is in 8th with 104. And Envy is in 10th with 85. That said, that's only 30 points from 10th to 2nd. The total number, the biggest score we've seen in one game is 26. So that means anybody at any time could make their way to number 1.
Over the first couple weeks, we've been performing, decently. I feel like it's not quite up to our potential. We're doing well in a lot of the games where we should be doing well, but we're also having very weak performances in a lot of games. Like right now, we're pretty much coming first or we're coming last. And for over the last couple weeks of practice, we've been trying to work on that, trying to work on positions where we can salvage more points out of the games that we're not really as likely to win, so that we'll keep winning the games that we're supposed to win, and we'll start getting maybe 7-8 points out of those games that right now we're getting 0 points out of, and we feel like that's going to be able to catapult us above everybody else.
I feel like we're kind of fucked here, or just as Profit teams.
Coming through week 3, right now we're in 5th place, but we're really close to first, but also really close to all the way back to top 10. So it's kind of like a fresh start, with maybe a little bit of a head start compared to the bottom teams. But I feel like if we keep playing the games we've been playing since the beginning, manage to close out games and maybe focus on comms a little bit more, we'll do good. Best case scenario, end of week 3 is obviously getting first place. We're really close. If we don't do good today, we're going to be back way further back because all the points are close. So yeah, hopefully we do good and we get back in first.
So right now, we're in 8th place. Obviously, we have 104 points, but the points difference between 8th and 1st is only 15. So we know it's a really close tournament so far, and all it takes is one big game for us to shoot up to first place. So we're not worried at all. We're just going to take it game by game. We can't even think about what happened the last 2 weeks, because it's all about what we do going forward and what we do, as soon as we drop out of that plane, basically.
I think you're up on the north side. You drive, you have 3 help. We're low on gas as well.
So right now we're in 10th place, and we're looking to just take each game one by one and just focus on the game in front of us and not the game behind us or the future games, just focus on the present.
Well, they've got some friends that are helping them out, as Envy's going to take a couple of shots down to Cloud9 and stop that push coming through. So now you can see a little bit of trouble coming out for Envy, as they have lost Pat Caps.
We're definitely not where we want to be right now on the leaderboards. I think we're somewhere around 11th. Which is definitely not where we usually are. We're usually near the top of the leaderboards in most tournaments. So right now we're just trying to really figure out what our issues are. We've been struggling with how to pinpointing exactly what's wrong. So we're gonna take a little bit of a different approach and kind of reverse back to kind of how we used to play.
But these are all guys that really, really wanted to be in the NPL. I'm talking 100% heart commitment.
The Rumblers are in first place right now, and I think they've been gaining a couple circles, but I still think they know how to play the game very well, and they're good guys.
So the Rumblers are a new team here. They just came from contenders, and the fact that they've been doing really good and they're in first place right now is obviously really surprising to us. But we'll see what happens. We'll try to do our best and catch up with them.
Godspeed could walk right up back behind us. Look at this. This is just absolute dominance coming out from Rumblers.
Rumblers are an interesting story to me. A lot of people say, hey, these guys came out of nowhere. They're contenders. How'd they do this? But the reality is these are guys who have been grinding. A lot of people don't know Godspeed, who's sort of the spokesman for the team. He was in the back as an observer at IEM Oakland, the first professional event that we ever had for PUBG. So these guys have been here in the scene, endemically grinding for such a long time that honestly, it's more of less of a surprise and more of it's about time.
We're in first place with 119 points, and we're gonna just keep playing consistent and confident in our team fights and everything.
We know the competition is going to be really fierce, but we're up for the challenge. We want it, and I know we can do it. We just have to make sure that we are, counting all of our ducks in a row, and we're just going through due diligence, making sure we have good comms and stuff.
Thing to note about Lazarus, it's no longer just Miramar, right? They've started to improve their game on Erangel as well, and that should be kind of terrifying for the rest of the teams in this lobby.
It's a different team.
Today was a pretty good day. It definitely was better than our previous couple weeks, how we started, because we usually start pretty slow, but now we're kind of picking up steam where we should be. We're a little bit behind on Tempo Storm as kind of where we were and they were. It's kind of expected going into tomorrow, but we're looking to close the gap and be in first place.
I'm watching right side.
He's behind the single rock on my ping.
We talked about going in this weekend. We wanted at least 2 or 3 wins. So best case scenario is we pass Tempo. They're 30 points ahead right now. It's kind of a large feat, but I think any of us would be happy climbing a second right now. So I think that's a realistic goal.
I just want them to know we're here. This team's gonna be in barrel.
Yeah, obviously we're happy that we've been able to climb. We're making improvements. I feel like every day of practice, we're definitely improving, at a good rate. We're working on a lot of the mistakes. We're good at, picking out what we're doing wrong and focusing on it hard and making sure that, we get that right 100% of the time. And I feel like that's a big reason why we've been able to climb so high this week. But yeah, we're happy to be in first place and we think we can hold it now for the rest of the season.
Stab's got nowhere to go, and with that, Tempo Storm gets themselves a round win with 8 kills.
8 kills for Tempo Storm is probably the easiest 8-kill win that they've had in a while.
I mean, Tempo's a North American dynasty at this stage. Like, they are not as far ahead as they were at the start of the weekend, but they are definitely still a force to be reckoned with. The fact that they had an off day and still came out and are number 1 is, I think, a pretty telling thing.
We're here to win and we're looking forward to crushing the rest of the season.